want to know.
Because you have a pit bull and a small dog in cages.
And that's nice.
There's no air conditioning.
Okay.
Sun's beating down. They live out here. My point is, this dog can't even move in her cage or his cage.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Are you like,
And this dog, they don't even have pans in the bottom of their crates. They live outside 24/7.
And the authorities came last night, and when the authorities came last night, they even stated, why are they harassing you guys about that?
Why do you have a citation? Wait.
That's what I want to know.
Okay,
So
why do you,
want these
excuse
dogs?
me, I already asked.
That's what I want.
Why do you have a citation on your door from yesterday from Animal Control for $512 per dog? Because
It doesn't state that. Do you want to see it?
I took a picture of it. I was here yesterday.
You want to live inside of a crate like that?
Like, that's all I'm saying.
But would you want to live outside in a crate like that?
Who are you guys?
We're with Rescue.
Where's the bottom? You know how hard?
So
you know,
because you're with
do you know?
Rescue,
Do you know
right?
how painful that is? That wire on the bottom with no pan for him
Let
to
me
sit on.
ask you something.
Sure.
Okay. By law, right?
By law, you cannot leave your dogs like this.
This is by law.
Yes, by law.
But listen, by law, right? By law, you can't.
By law, you can't leave the dogs out. Hi, sir.
The police already came to my house.
You got issued 2 citations yesterday.
The police already came and talked to me.
This is ridiculous. These dogs, 2 months they live out in this patio day and night. All the neighbors are complaining, they're crying. They never are brought inside, officer. They're sitting out here.
They didn't send the citations yet because they didn't get their information. They're sending an officer out today.
The animal control officer was here yesterday. We were here for 3 hours. Nobody was home. All the neighbors are complaining. The dogs are crying all night long. They're being issued $512 per dog because they are not allowed.
Just hang out in there. I'll be with you.
You feel me? Count nobody. The police already came.
Why do you want dogs inside crates?
Hey! Go in your house. You two, chill out.
I'm chilled.
All right? Go in your house. Go in your house. I'll be in there in a minute. God damn. All right. Now what's going on?
2 dogs outside in cages 24/7 for 2 months now.
All right.
Living outside. Animal control was here yesterday.
So what did they do?
They put the door knocker on their door because they were not home. They are going to get their full names and they're issuing them $512 per dog because it is illegal to leave a dog outside on a patio in cages. There was no water.
I take it was not a priority for animal control then.
No, they weren't home.
They weren't home. They couldn't do anything.
They didn't come back.
We just called them. They're on their way
today.
now.
They're coming back today.
They're on their way
They
now.
can't do anything because they weren't home. They're coming back today.
Is animal control 1048 reference this call? Ma'am.
I'm not going over there. I'm not.
Stay away from their residence.
I'm staying
all
right here.
Yeah, stay away from their residence. Because you're going to cause problems.
I'm not going,
You're
sir.
going to cause problems.
That's why I called you and the animal control.
Yeah, just stay away from their residence. That's what you call it.
34, it's going to be 2 separate cases and 2 separate single floors.
Which animal control did you all call?
Broward.
Broward.
Mm-hmm.
Single floor involving AAA truck and the
Officer Lucas was here yesterday.
Camaro in the Boulder community.
When animal control was here yesterday, all the neighbors came out and said these poor dogs have been out here 24/7, crying all night long and barking all night long.
So you should give them a call, leave a message, that any number, sometimes when we go through, Nelson. So it's going to get dispatched out. Okay, thank you. About 15, go ahead.
We feel the sun beating down, how hot it is, and these dogs are in direct sunlight.
There's not even a pan in there for them to lay on. It's like the metal on the bottom they're laying on.
She doesn't feel that.
But I mean, like, why do you have dogs inside crates, like in a patio?
Doesn't matter. It's illegal.
11, Bravo 11. Can you check and see if animal control is 1048 reference is called, or will they come out? I'm being told that's an ongoing issue, and animal control is trying to make 2-5 yesterday. The county animal control.
Yep, I'll try to fix that.
All right. We're gonna see what animal control said.
7, Bravo 1.
Feel the sun, how hot it is.
Horrible.
Horrible.
I'm not
Horrible
sure-
life for
I'm
these
not sure
dogs.
why you have an animal sitting inside of a crate.
I don't even know why you have a dog.
Patio.
Why do you have a dog? Leave it out in a patio in a
What's the
frickin'
purpose?
cage 24/7.
What's the purpose?
White folks anyway see black people.
It has nothing to do with color. It's always about a color
No, it has
thing.
everything to do with
You
those
see me walk my
dogs.
dogs every day.
Has nothing to do with your
Yes, it
color.
is.
No, it doesn't.
Always-
it has
always
everything
about
to
a
do
black
with dogs sitting inside of crates. I could give a shit if you're green.
Me
I care
too.
about those dogs in metal crates in a porch.
Believe this shit.
The police came yesterday, came in my house, looked at the dogs, noticed they have food, have water.
They live outside.
They have food
They
and
have food
water,
and
but they
water.
live inside
Yesterday
of
they had no water.
And they live inside
All day
of
they weren't home.
A crate with no bottom to it.
Guys,
on
we
a
are
back
in
porch.
Pompano Beach, Florida. What's the address here again?
4015.
4015 West McNabb Road, Unit 108. And for 2 months, these dogs are left on their screened patio. No air conditioning. The sun is beating. I mean, literally, it's beating on us right now, just standing here.
There's no bottom to the
There's no
crate.
pan
They
even
just sit inside their crate.
to the bottom of their cages. They are sitting there. The little one cannot even stand up and turn around and walk around. They take them out for one walk a day. One walk a day. And they're back in the cages. They sleep, live day and night in these crates. And they think it's okay. And they want to turn this into a race thing. I don't give a shit whether he's black, yellow, white, or purple. This has nothing to do with him or his color. This is all that has to do with is their dogs are living. This is inhumane. This is animal cruelty. We were out here yesterday for hours and hours.
And all the neighbors are complaining. They're saying
Yeah.
they cry.
While we were out
please,
here
please.
yesterday with animal control, nobody was home and the dogs were outside. There was no water.
Everybody's afraid. They want to stay home.
Everybody wants to stay anonymous because they don't want to mess and have trouble with the neighbors. And they all came out all day yesterday, each one by one, saying these poor dogs, poor dogs. All they do is cry and bark all night long. And these people let these dogs live outside on a patio in the sun 24/7 for 2 months. And it's okay? It is not okay. The cop is over talking to the owner, the other end of the hallway in the apartment complex. We called animal control. We called the police last night around 11 o'clock. Prior to that, we sat here all day on the property. Animal control came and put a door knocker yesterday, and cited them. They're going to get cited $512 per dog.
We couldn't cite him yet because they.
He's just getting the address. Once they get the name and address, once they get their full names, they're issuing them the citation. But the door knocker was placed on their door to let them know it's coming. Problem is, honestly, the authorities, one person feels one way, one feels another, depending on what they want to do. Determines the fate of the animals. Now the officer's going inside the apartment. Listen, there's no question these dogs are not emaciated. There's no question they're not being fed. That's not the question. They're living in cages, on a porch, in the heat, 24/7.
Not even a bottom on the crate.
No bottom on the crate. There was no water yesterday. You can't just take dogs. They are considered property. That's why you have to go through the proper channels in order for the authorities to do the right thing. These dogs would be better off at the animal shelter where they have a chance at a real life than living like this. Yes, animal control was here yesterday. We were here for hours. Called the police last night. They were back out here. Now the police are back out here today, and we put a call into animal control yet again. It shouldn't be this difficult to save an animal. It really shouldn't. If the animal control officer that was here yesterday stated it was illegal to leave the animal living in these conditions and put the door knocker waiting for the name because they weren't home to issue the actual citation, then that right there alone tells you that is unacceptable. It is animal cruelty. So why does it take so long to help an animal that is in distress, that is suffering? Why does it take so long before you remove the animals from the property where they are being treated in such an inhumane way? The address is 4015 West McNabb Road, Pompano Beach, Florida. They're over here. We were told to stay away from the back of the property. They're assessing it.
We were yelled at.
We were screamed at, actually. You heard it on the video. Screamed at. That was pretty professional, huh?
And we're trying to help these
Trying to
poor
help
suffering
them,
animals,
yeah.
and we're getting
screamed at by the authority. Bullshit. Sorry, I'm just holding the camera, waiting. Waiting. It's the unit right here behind all these bushes in front of this white gate. It's a screened patio where the two dogs are being kept. Not giving up. Not giving up. Well, you don't think we have better things to do on a Sunday afternoon?
But this is just an example what you have to go through to help an animal in need.
This is just one example of one cruelty case that we got called on, that we've spent hours and hours and hours, and we're going to spend hours and hours and hours more until something happens. Piece of shit. Makes me sick.
The question is what is the purpose of having?
It doesn't matter.
An
We can
animal?
ask all day long, what's the purpose of having an animal if you're going to treat it that way? What are the authorities going to do when they see the animals being treated that way is the question. Why is this not being taken care of immediately? Why do we have to call over and over and over again and all the neighbors come out and crying? They can't stand, literally. Literally, they can't sleep at night. They're taken out once a day for a walk, once a day. They live in that crate 24 hours, guys. 24 hours in a cage with no pan on the bottom. There was no water all day yesterday. So they're being fed. Big deal.
All right. Let me get your information. What's your name?
Amy,
Last name?
Roman,
R-O-M-A-N?
yes.
And what's your address?
300 East, Oakland Park Boulevard, Wilton Manors, Florida.
Wilton Manor, is that the
That's our rescue.
That's our rescue.
farm in our house?
That's
It's,
it's our rescue's address.
So does
401.
anyone stay out here?
We have received calls for us to come out.
Countless.
We're a rescue.
Oh, okay.
We're an animal rescue.
Everybody's afraid because they're like, can you please do something? Because they're afraid to report it. They want to remain anonymous. I could point out to you several units in here that are reaching out to us, but they're afraid.
They're afraid. So they want to stay anonymous.
Do something. It's every night. They're crying. They're whining. Sometimes there's no water.
Now, what's the name of the animal rescue?
100 plus abandoned dogs of Everglades, Florida. It's on my shirt.
Nobody wants to get involved because they're afraid, so they're reaching out to us, so we have to do it.
We are a 501c3 rescue. We work with the shelters. We are partnered with the shelters. We work with many police officers in BSO. We work with Louis Rivera many, many times on many cases, and Scott Israel many times.
All right, this is the thing. I'm still waiting on animal control. I would think you would have had a direct number.
I called already.
We did.
It's Sunday. I called.
They're shorthanded. They said that they're picking
There's
up
a new
animals.
director coming on tomorrow.
They're trying to get here as soon as they can.
So, you know.
They have the number. I can tell you that I'm not familiar with
The law.
with that.
Did he show you the paper that he gave him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He showed it to me.
So
Okay.
you read that that's not acceptable for him to have the not have.
It did not say it was not acceptable. It told him to read those chapters, and I told him to go online, look it up online, and read them, and
Right.
see
So
if it's acceptable or not.
we were here with the animal control officer yesterday, Lucas, clearly stated the dogs cannot be outside,
Locked in a crate.
locked in a cage, no air conditioning in that living condition.
Well, Lucas should have did something.
Well, he couldn't.
They weren't home.
They weren't home. He
But
couldn't
Lucas
take the
didn't-
dogs.
Lucas didn't try to come back either. And Lucas didn't try to come back this morning.
He's off
They
today.
said they're coming back today.
They
but
said they
they're
were coming back
shorthanded.
today.
So here we are again.
Right.
So I mean, what?
This is what I need you all to do. I can tell you right now, from going inside and looking at them, the animals have food, water.
Today.
shelter.
Today, yesterday
Listen.
they didn't.
They're not in any dying emergency where they're gonna die tonight if nothing happens to them.
What about heat exhaustion? We just had an adoption event. One of our dogs passed out from being outside for 2 hours.
It seems like it's cool to me. It's well ventilated.
So everybody, are you saying that it's acceptable that these dogs are sitting in crates without any pan on the wire,
They look
out on a court?
Listen, they look okay to me.
So that's okay. That's acceptable.
I don't know. It's okay to me.
It's not.
It's
It's
okay to
illegal.
you?
Listen, that is not what I'm telling you. They're not going to die.
Okay.
If they're not moved right now, they're not going to die. That's
Okay.
what I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So I'm calling animal control. I'm trying to get in touch with them. Everybody, you can't even get in touch with them.
No, we
we
spoke
did.
to them. They said they're on their way.
They're shorthanded,
But they're
is
not
what I
coming.
keep saying.
But
They're
they're not
shorthanded.
coming.
They are coming.
They are coming.
But
They
they're
are coming.
shorthanded.
They're just shorthanded.
So why are you calling the police to come?
Because well, number one, see, this goes in circles. We call animal control, they say they need the police. We call
Because
police, they
animal
say they
control
need
needs
animal
police
control.
assistance when
We
they
can't
remove a
ever get
dog.
you guys here at the same time because we call animal control and they're trying to get here as soon as they
It's a
can.
cluster.
We call
It is
you,
a cluster.
and-
Because we run emergencies throughout the city.
And that's what they're telling us.
Prioritize
And that's exactly what they're
our
telling us.
emergencies.
So how do we get you both here at the same time then?
Animal control could call. They could call them.
But you don't. We did it. We just dealt with another animal
Another
cruelty.
thing, why you didn't try to reach out to Pompano? Animal control.
Well, the contact that I had, the number's not in service anymore.
Why would we? It's Broward County.
David, whatever. He's.
Pompano has an animal control officer.
They say. Well, if put it this way, if I call Broward and they tell me this is not their district to call Pompano, that's when I call Pompano. When I call Broward, this is their district. This is their district.
I don't know how
So
they have it split
basically, when I get off the phone with them, even today, they're like, "We only got one guy out there, and they're doing the best they can. We got other dogs. We got to prioritize."
Do you have a supervisor who's over you?
Yeah.
What is the supervisor? Can I have a contact name and number?
Let me see if that's right.
I can't believe how difficult it is to help these.
Because I will tell you,
5 Bravo 8 7 out of the day.
this is the frustration
It's
all
so
the time.
frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
This is our second day out.
I will tell you, officer, with all due respect, that this is our frustration, because it depends on which, and it's sad, but it depends when we make our phone calls for help as a rescue, and we go through the proper channels legally, okay, to do the right thing and not take an animal off a property because it's illegal. Animals are property. Depending on which officer arrives at the scene, that basically determines the fate of how the outcome. Okay, so with you, you know, there are so many things you're unaware of. You don't even know if it's animal control, if it's Pompano. You don't even know which animal control is this district.
Correct.
Right? You don't understand why animal control is not here, and animal control can't do anything unless there's a police officer assisting.
As soon as we can. And then if animal control's here, the police say, well, it's not a priority.
So what are we supposed to do?
This is what you do. When animal control gets here, then you can call the police.
Okay.
And you can come out.
Okay, so we'll just sit here and wait for animal control and then call the police again.
You can sit here all you want. But
and then we got to hope they're home.
Do you know that?
That's what happened to
right.
us
Do you know that
yesterday.
last night we called the police last night because my phone was blowing up at 11 p.m. and we called the police, Pompano, for assistance to come out here while the dogs were crying and barking. I called back 45 minutes later. They said they do it too busy. Okay,
it's
priority. Animals are not priority.
So basically, our dilemma is we got to get you, animal control, and these people who live here out here at the same time. And this is our dilemma.
Nobody talked to the management.
They weren't here yesterday. They're closed.
We were called yesterday.
I was there yesterday. I called all the numbers on the door. Nobody answered. Left my name and number. No calls back. No calls back. No. Nobody calls back. Nobody can't. No.
And although you see these dogs with food and water there, yesterday we were out here, there was not a lick of water in there. I even felt so guilty going home having a sip of water because I was so thirsty being out here. And as I drank the water, I was like, that dog can't drink anymore.
And all night they were out here.
And as I was sleeping last night, I was waking up every hour thinking, that dog is laying on that metal crate. There's not even anything underneath him. You know how painful that must be? And then I started thinking, why do these people even
have a dog?
What is the joy of this for them?
But do me a favor. Do not go...
I'm going to walk. My car is right there, so I'm going to walk back to my car. I'm not saying a word to them.
Don't sit there and
I'm not.
videotape
I won't.
them.
I won't.
Sit there and do that.
I won't.
And where's your car?
Over there. The white SUV.
My car's out there too.
That's facing the roadway.
There's a pink sticker on the back.
I'm going to pull around on that side.
Okay.
Because I'm waiting, and I'm going to get that number for you.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yep. There's the dogs. There's the pit bull and the little dog. They have